David is 26, and here's the strange thing. David works hard almost every day. He spends hours learning things, hours solving problems, hours pushing toward progress. Yet somehow, his life hasn't moved forward in years. No relationship, no clear direction. And David isn't alone. Right now, millions of men are quietly disappearing from the world around them. Not through addiction, not through some dramatic collapse. They're simply opting out. In many developed countries, roughly 1 in 8 young men are neither working, studying, nor training for anything. Millions more have quietly vanished from dating, real friendships, and everyday life. But here's the part nobody can explain. Why are so many men disappearing at the exact moment they have more opportunities, more information, and more technology than any generation in human history? That's the mystery, and David might help us solve it. At first, people blamed the economy, then technology, then social media, then gaming. But none of those explanations fully add up, because opportunities are everywhere. Thousands of free courses, millions of job listings, unlimited information, unlimited access, unlimited advice. David has more resources available than his grandfather could have imagined, and yet he feels more lost. Why? Then I noticed something strange. David wasn't avoiding effort. He was investing effort, a lot of it, hours every day, learning, preparing. The problem wasn't that David stopped trying. The problem was where his effort was going. And once you see that, everything starts looking different. Most people think David stopped moving. He didn't. That's what makes this story dangerous. David felt productive every single day. Every day. The internet gave him constant signals of progress, new goals, new achievements. His brain stayed busy. But his actual life stayed frozen. The modern world has become incredibly good at creating the feeling of progress without requiring real-world movement, and David slowly fell into that trap. Not because he was weak, not because he was lazy, because his brain was responding exactly the way it was designed to. His mind kept receiving evidence that he was moving forward even when he wasn't. The days felt full. The weeks felt productive. Then one day, he looked up, and 3 years were gone. At this point, you might think the problem is technology. I did too, until I kept hearing the same sentence over and over. Different ages, different backgrounds, same feeling. I just didn't feel needed anymore. That changed everything, because people can survive hardship, people can survive loneliness, people can survive failure. What they struggle to survive is irrelevance. The real problem wasn't unemployment or gaming or social media. Those were symptoms. The deeper problem was that David no longer knew where his effort mattered. Nobody depended on him. Nobody needed him. Nobody was waiting for him. And when a person loses that feeling, withdrawal starts making sense. Not because they've given up, because they've lost their reason to participate. Then I started looking at men who escaped. And what surprised me was how ordinary their comeback stories were. Nobody got rescued. Nobody discovered a secret. Nobody found magical motivation. Most started the same way. Someone needed them. A construction crew, a volunteer organization, a youth sports team, a coding project with real users, different paths, same pattern, real-world responsibility. The men who recovered weren't necessarily smarter or tougher or more disciplined. They simply found one place where effort produced visible results in reality. Then they repeated it again and again and again. Confidence didn't arrive first. Action did. Confidence followed later. Imagine David gets an opportunity tomorrow, nothing dramatic, no life-changing seminar, just 3 words. Show up Monday, that's it. At first it feels awkward, but somebody is counting on him. A project gets completed, a problem gets solved, a skill improves, then another, then another. Slowly, reality starts doing something the internet couldn't. It starts giving him proof that his effort matters, proof that he can contribute, proof that he's useful, and that changes everything. Because purpose isn't something you find. Purpose is what emerges when your effort genuinely matters to someone else. This story isn't really about David. David is just one example. The bigger question is, what happens when millions of people stop believing they matter? And what happens when they start believing it again? The encouraging part is that the solution may be simpler than we think. Not easy, but simple. Find one place where your effort matters in the real world, then keep showing up. That's where momentum begins. That's where confidence begins. And that's how people come back. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever spent months feeling busy, only to realize your life wasn't actually moving forward?